Radiant team ban.
Aw, come on.
DC's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. DC's turn to pick.
Sand King.
Radiant team.
Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on back to beautiful California, where we are hosting here at Beyond the Summit the Hot Hub TI machine as we travel back through various moments of Dota history and just enjoy the game that we all love to cast as we prepare for TI7, the hypest event of the century. I welcome back Charlie, Lacoste, and Cap as we continue through the North American playoffs. We just witnessed Freedom take down Complexity 2-0. Now Freedom are moving on into the semis. Complexity down in the bottom bracket. And we got to go on to our other matchup, gentlemen. Super hype. Planet Odd versus Digital Chaos. It's old DC versus new DC. Always a special treat.
Planet Odd was not looking good in the first two or three games. Seems like up. One thing I have the competition. Team Freedom growing as each game goes by. They're just feel more like they're playing like a team. Complexity, on the other hand, I'm not feeling the team one tier above from
Queen
players.
of Pain. Radiant team ban.
Below what is above. They're below.
They're below. We got what you meant.
DC were supposed to reach the level that Team Freedom are at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not there. They had to play in the tiebreakers, and they did not look in.
No.
10 seconds
sort of
remaining.
all over the place. Honestly, you harped on,
5
or
seconds
I guess you
remaining.
criticized Firo last game. Somebody that I gotta take issue right now is 4F.
Oh yeah, I'll take that right there with you.
Yeah, is not looking. He's not looking like that 9K offlane superstar that he once was. I don't know if it's environment, if it's the patch, but he is not meeting expectations. Yeah.
When we in Dakota started casting, when he just joined the team, he was doing so well, especially on that axe. The guy was all over the place.
He was carrying them. It was Oh, it was just like, my God, Forev, DC is gonna make it to DI simply because you joined the roster.
Yeah, I can't speak for him. It was like he had earned his place on the team. Like people, he wanted to make sure people were excited that he had come over to join DC, and it did feel that way. But I would back up Lacoste. That he looked strong at the start, and lately, kind of what's going on here.
I mean, Axe isn't in the meta anymore, so
bring back the Axe.
Well, we do have a draft here, as you can see. We throw it up on the board right now, and DC are going to be leading in with a couple of popular pickups we've been seeing throughout the event. Sand King, Queen of Pain as their 1-2, while Planet Odd go right into the greatest hero of the game, Keeper of the Light, and then follow it up with the Legion Command.
Who played that pub? I was playing with Purge. Who else was playing? Fog. He was trying to build the Axe on Axe.
Oh, that was Purge.
Yeah,
that was with us.
Just to dunk a creep, and everyone gets the Bell Hunger.
Yeah, with the level 25 talent as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but in the end he finished not even building the Axe.
Yeah, we needed to actually win the game.
Turn to pick.
I think, talking about these two teams, I think Planet Odd certainly have not looked as strong as they were supposed to. I mean, honestly, the whole entire year it's been that, right? It started off second place to TI.
Yeah, high expectations.
And then it was like, okay,
Fourth.
was that a fluke or not? Right? And the rest of the year, like we had moments, right? ESL1 Genting beating Newbie on a newer patch. Like, okay, you're still a top team, sure, but
Fourth at Boston,
right? They lost to Mouse, correct?
Yes.
So, like, it's kind of like we've had some peaks of
they won
mediocrely high results, right? But never solid.
What I
never
feel,
solid.
Yeah, what I feel about the old DC or the Planet Odd is the same feeling I have for Mouse. They didn't have any results, good results, but they might actually still get some good results in the if they step up with their game. We'll see how this goes. Mouse is actually in the winner bracket.
I think it's a lot of losing confidence throughout the year, losing confidence in each other. Like you come off that high in the beginning of the year, you feel good about each other, but every loss sort of piles up, right? Every loss erodes at the trust that you have in your teammates. And you're at this point now where you're at a low, you look the worst, you need something to pick you back up. Maybe it's doing well in this qualifier. We will have to see.
It's the mental fortitude that some of these teams have to go through. You're just not always going to be the best. It's not like the golden era of Dota where Navi and Alliance are always going to be at the best. The meta changes much more dramatically nowadays. Throwing in shrines, they're moving Roche around. Naturally, your team is just not going to be the hot kids on the block or whatever. You know, something's going to change and you might not be the fastest to innovate the new strat, and you're going to be brought down a couple of pegs, and hopefully you're not chewing each other out over it, and you can just kind of stay together, learn, adapt, and be back on the top.
This is why I have a huge respect for Planet Odd, because even after bad results, they still didn't disband, change players. They're just roster they had success with. And a lot of teams would just try to swap players around, disband, whatever.
Yeah, I think that being said, Planet Odd is, in my opinion, not a best of one team either. I think that Planet Odd has a really diverse hero pool available to them, and that is usually better in best of threes, best of fives, where you can really dig into some depth of strategy.
Radiant team back.
Reveal new things.
Well, we are 4 hero picks each into this draft now. Sand King, Queen of Pain, Dazzle, Sven for Digital Chaos, Keeper of the Light, Legion Commander, Rubik, and Ember Spirit for Planet Odd. What do you guys make of this draft?
For Planet Odd, the Keeper of the Light and Rubik, these are two supports that don't have any escape mechanism, especially against Pain, Sand King. On the other hand, you have Sand King, who's pretty mobile, unlike Dazzle though. So far, I still think DC has a better lineup, especially Grave against Duel. Not much lockdown for Ember Spirit in the early game.
What the hell are they doing with this Kata pickup? Like I like the Lone Druid ban for example, because it looks to me kind of like Planet Odd are going to run these kind of like 3 different sort of self-sufficient cores that are kind of hard to gank, and that they just constantly push out lanes, and they move heroes around the map with the Keeper of the Light, and they just kind of outmaneuver you to victory. But I don't know what sort of safe lane hero really pulls this all together, because I don't think there's a whole lot that they're going to be able to do to stop DC once they hit their big peak with Sven and
10 seconds
Can they still Naga?
Dude, no.
I know,
no,
but like,
no. We've had so many long
Coddle.
games.
Like, why do you first pick Coddle though? Like, if you just need a mana support who could do stuff like Crystal Maiden is usually the pick. But Coddle just says like, I want to stall, I want to push things out.
For Planet Odd, the one they had most success with, and they tend to get a lot of farm.
Oh, Nyx is just like a nightmare for Coddle too.
Yeah, it's
a nightmare for a lot of these heroes. Embers, obviously, but
even Legion Commander isn't very happy with it because she puts herself in one place. The stun is pretty devastating.
So one of those Sand King or Nyx Assassin has to be an offlane. I think what Planet Odd was thinking, we don't need to pick Nyx Assassin because we picked our heroes, Rubik, Legion, Coddle, and probably didn't think that the DC is gonna go for Nyx because they already had a Sand King, so we're gonna see one of those on position 3.
Razor.
We go for the Razor. I actually like that a lot. It's not an easy Sven game, by all means, and the burden of physical damage is pretty much all on him. So, if Razor gets off a good link...
Yeah, it's a hard Sven game. Razor with Heaven's Halberd, Legion Commander with a Blade Mail, which is Sven's biggest enemy. Maybe even Ember Spirit with Blade Mail, who knows.
There's also, until he gets a BKB, Blinding Light is very annoying.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Planet Odd has a lot of ways to deal with DC's cores. The Nyx is super annoying. Ultimately, I think this, like so many games, comes down to support rotations in the early game.
Getting a lot with your supports to kind of allow your lanes to succeed. It's definitely going to be pretty critical, because if this Nyx does get swole and Planet's on supports are not doing a whole lot, they could turn into just... I could see them turning into food for DC.
If any other team had Rubik and Coddle, I would say it's shit. But the way Planet Odd plays, both Misery and Saxa, they always get a lot of farm, and they're very active early on. They can make plays with pretty much no items at all.
It was Sand King first pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm kind of changing my mind about this. I like the setup, because if you think about it, like Sand King with this boots first build and everything, like the Sand King is supposed to be this roaming hero that has a really high impact, but it's hard for the Sand King to actually move around in this game, because if you consider your opener Coddle Legion as a dual offlane, like no two hero lane is going to be able to really beat that, right?
Right.
So the Sand King is now left with this burden of, do I actually make those rotations but leave my safe laner kind of screwed out against Legion Commander, which is not a hero that you want to be able to like let them have a good lane. So Sand King's going to be forced, I think, to try lane against again, which is still a bad matchup. This Legion and Coddle spam.
Yeah, and that leaves Nyx. Nyx is not a self-sufficient offlaner, and he's against a pretty bad matchup himself in the Razor.
Yeah.
Super deep ward by Bulba, but he's going to get spotted on the way out, so they can only imagine that he was in there to get some vision down. Misery's there waiting for him. Bulba's going to be forced to burrow his way out the other side, and we'll allow Odd to kind of spot on out. They have a sentry here in hand of Saxa. They'll probably wait to see maybe if the camp is blocked at all, and by deduction try to figure out where that works. But like you're saying, we're going to be seeing Coddle in this off-lane setup where he really strides.
Yeah, that's what I feel about Legion Commander. He's not a self-sustainable hero that can do anything except versus one-on-one matchup or certain 1 versus 2. He needs to have some advantage in the early games, so he can just shine in the mid game.
This is weird.
What is weird?
They did this 3-man group up on the side of the jungle, and they were smoked to invade to take away the bounty.
They're rolling on in. Mason's the first one on the scene to help guard it out, but it's just a 2-man squad. Dubu has not invested the point. He goes for the heal now. And it is going to be Mason grabbing up the bounty and probably living here. He'll have to, you know, take a lot of life loss from it, but at least he holds his bounty rune.
That's a small consolation prize when he sees this off lane and he's like, oh.
Do I want to go back to this lane after I go back home?
Yeah, maybe they even keep it, or Rubik's gonna TP bottom. I mean, Nyx Assassin can't do much against Razor.
Yeah, this is ultimately
blasting through the wave and everything.
I thought Misery would be mid, just because Bulba, what he's doing right, zoning out the. So I don't think Misery's really needed in top lane in that matchup with Keeper of the Light and Legion.
Might be able to try to go for
it. Yeah, he's hanging around. They really want to get a kill up here, it looks like.
There was a blast.
And it connects. Misery, not immediate to get in there and try to follow with telekinesis, but does spot out Dubu nearby. Dubu plants down the sentry ward here. Not to scout anything out, but Saxa will be able to work with the full camp, and they're just going to keep the advantage in numbers in this top lane for now. Try to take a quick peek on what's happening here in the bottom half of the map. Resolution for Rev in a 1v1 where Resolution's 5 and 3. For Rev has only been able to scrap together 2 CS for himself.
Well, it's a good thing for DC's offlaner. He can just get the XP. That's the only thing Nyx Assassin needs. Yeah. I don't think Mana Burn will do anything to
I've done
Razor.
this build before. It does nothing against
Razor.
Razor.
He has no int.
Yeah, Razor doesn't care. Like, he doesn't have a high amount of intelligence, and Static Link is not that costly. You will run out of mana burn.
Yeah,
before
Razor.
he runs out of Static Link.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't realize it was so cheap. He's not going to be really able to bank on that for a good form of harassment here. Nearby is Bulba. Bounty rune farming here. As the runes do come out, it is going to be Abed who grabs the one up here. Illusion rune.
We'll move bottom to try and do something.
It's a razor though. Let's see. Probably more just harassment. Razor does have a salve and some tangos to work through, so he'll simply leash things on up and just try to walk away from this. Oh, a rotation has been forced. It's going to be Misery. They get the lift, the pullback from Bulba right under the tower. Oh, they go for the turnaround, they get it done! Nice rotation from Misery there. It all works out nicely, and Bulba is going to be the one to drop. Meanwhile, top lane.
They did not have enough damage to kill him, especially with Razor.
Yep.
I would like to point out that Weehan has one.
Yeah, I think they'll catch up though. I mean, like, DC are losing 2 lanes.
Oh yeah.
To
This
19
is still
and 14.
definitely in favor of
Holy
Planet
smokes.
Ops. It's just like, you know, if anybody wants to look at the DC side of things and the highlights of this laning phase for them, it is the fact that Ember Spirit's getting.
Mr. 10K is doing good work in the mid lane on
1 CS lol.
maintaining order here.
Well, it's hard. Sanking was standing there. He got a kill.
Yeah.
Was that a solo kill or?
No, set it from Bulba.
No.
Oh no!
His full
Yeah.
rest.
Completely.
Wow. Well done there.
Shadow Strike level 2. I think Weeha may have missed the sleight of fisted dodge.
We have trouble coming in. Bulba's back on action here. Looks like they're already going to be rotating out the other side. Oh, I'd still have this nice fort over here.
Great Wizard Bulba against Grand Magus and one more Gandalf. Oh.
It's alright, Bulba's got it. His nemesis is Dark Lord Kuroki.
What is Bulba's Patronus again?
Vodka?
I don't know.
Dazzle.
Bulba snags up the bounty rune right in front of old Saxa there. Been very mobile this game, putting in the mileage. And
Bulba's-
keep odd guessing.
Bulba's Patronus is his X Games hat.
Okay.
Team Tinker shirt.
The
Magnus?
the old TI jacket.
What animal is Magnus?
It's a
Rhinoceros?
Rhinoceros.
like a rhinoceros mammoth.
Dude, the
Yeah,
Patronus is
Rhinoceros
supposed to be
mammoth.
like something that you conjure up with good, you know, good memories and thoughts and feelings. I'm pretty sure when he thinks of Magnus, there isn't anything good about that. If anything, like the Dementors are shaped like rhinoceroses in his mind.
It's more of a mammoth than rhinoceros.
Oh, I got it. His Patronus is clockwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there you go. He thinks he visions the liquid run, and he thinks of all those good memories, and the clockwork comes out.
Still a struggle for Wii, obviously, as he heads back to hit a shrine once again. 7-0 to the 33 and 24 of Abed's Queen of Pain right now. Nearby Misery seems to have spotted out Cheeky Bulba. Still moving all about. Abed is about 6.5 at this point. Gonna get closer to that Sonic Wave level up, and then could see them get on the move with it, but there's really no kill potential for them at the top lane, and Forev still needs more time. I guess we might not be seeing DC get too proactive with things kind of working out the way they are in the laning phase immediately.
I think this game is a test for Weeha, because this historically is when Weeha does the work. Right, it's when he's heavily pressured. He is not a very strong like comeback player under pressure.
Yeah, but I like the fact that he understands his role right now. He understands his team is winning winning the other two lanes. So just don't die.
I think it's like rationally you know that what's happening is supposed to be happening and you're okay with it, but
and there's also that mentality where, especially like sort of your star players like Weeha, where you're like, all right, you know, can I be a little bit greedy? Can I go for that extra CS? How big would it be for my team if I didn't get completely dumpstered in my lane?
yeah.
There's some stacks in the forest. He can come back and they're dominating these other two lanes, especially top lane with Chakra. They're just spamming Overwhelming Gods. That'll come out to heal that.
Worthy tribute.
And Legion has a good amount of farm. Once he gets the Blink Dagger up, he can just come back to the game. Help.
Got him.
Yeah, just a lockdown walk.
Oh god, he's so...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is going to be a hard test for that Weeha boy there. Real tough test.
very unfortunate.
That puts him down with that first sonic wave of the game.
The reason I keep pointing it out is just
Lift, pull down onto Mason here. He's going to get blasted. We'll sport the grave just in case.
Yeah, the thing is that after that blast...
Oh, Weehaw comes back and he's already under pressure
Radiant's
again.
middle
Jeez,
tower
sorry, go
is
on.
under attack.
After the blast, new combo, they don't actually have
Dire's
any
top
core
tower
damage.
is under attack.
Get him. The wing clips him, but it's just not enough. The 1 second charge is not going to cut it. Mason and Dubu will be beaten and battered away from the lane, but they will be able to rendezvous with Abed, and all of them together will hit the showers.
They also have some stacks to get back Sven into the game.
Dire's top tower is under
We'll
attack.
create these stacks right over here for him to kind of
Dire's
chunk
structures
through, but
are
this is an
fortified.
opening for Odd to now move in and get some softening up on this tier 1. Very important tier 1, as we all know. Opens up the Dire side jungle for the Radiant to invade quite a bit. And with those stacks as precious as they are, this could be a
Dire's top tower is under attack.
fantastic thing for Odd to be able to take advantage of.
Nick's Assassin is level 6, okay. Thrown on the map to kill Via again.
Dire's top tower is under
Link
attack.
has to run away.
Yeah, we don't.
Radiant's
Doesn't
middle
matter.
tower is under attack.
It's got the ring.
Yeah, we don't get to talk about Resolution much just because Razor's not really a exciting lane to kind of look at here. He's just getting his win in the lane right now.
Razor's a Jack hero, very
Yeah.
venomous and cancerous to lane against.
Okay, but here comes Bulba, and with Abed, they're going to make the move without the benefit of the Sonic Wave. There's the stun, there's the Mana Leak. First rotation is going to be coming in, it's Misery, and that's enough to fend off the rest of DC. This time Bulba will be able to make it away with his life, but it's a rotation. Now a haste going to be popped. Abed looking to go in for the possible cleanup here. 4 seconds. Sonic Wave is there. Resolution still very low under the tower. Do they know Abed's creeping in from behind? Still looking for him. And he's gone. They TP out just as he comes in for the scream. And he's going to be left searching.
Misery's just praying. He's like, please
Dire's
God,
middle
don't find me.
tower is
Where
under
are you?
attack.
You were in here somewhere.
Structures are
Nowhere though.
fortified.
Not to be found. Misery.
But this is space for the Ember right now.
Uh-oh. Hey, wait a minute. Comes in with the lift, and suddenly, I've been spotted! Tries to make his way out, but it looks like our little Rubik friend is going to be meeting his demise fast. Forev will pick that one up with a Vendetta Strike. And it will allow DC to be able to open up on the tower, but looks like Resolution's already made his return, and he'll actually be able to hold the tower once again for himself and get back to his bottom lane farm.
Yeah, the big difference between the pressure of the two side lanes compared to the mid is that the pressure at the top lane actually allows you to be able to take the tower, right? Because there's no TP-ins that can really happen for that safe lane tower. You still end up getting surrounded. While the mid tower, it's a lot harder to take. There's always going to be a support rotation that pulls back a creep wave or something, dive into a team. So I think Planet Odd, despite the fact that I think the heroes being shut down is roughly even, you know, like how much the spend in Nick's Assassin being shut down, I think Weehaw was almost doubly shut down compared to those two. But the big difference is the objective that Planet Odd gain out of their aggression is a lot bigger.
Well, the Sven gonna take a lot of stacks actually. Still has the ancient one, I believe.
Yep. Yep, lots of money out there for him to take in.
He needs another ulti to farm that ancient stack. Mask of Madness coming up soon.
Some solo farm time for Dubu to try to get some extra levels, possibly into the grave, into the heal, and maybe get that
Dire's
ultimate
top
online.
tower
If
Well,
necessary
Bulba
here.
really needs it. He spent a lot of time moving around. He's pretty
Do they have a tome still?
under-leveled and under-farmed himself.
For that level 6. Kill and some action could help that, and they are rotating over to this mid lane. Misery's there. Oh, but the rest of Planet Odd are also creeping in from behind. It looks like they're smoked up for this one. Moon's there, blinks in, has the duel, tries to get a hold and go for immediate takedown onto the Sand King. Can he get it done? Not in time for the duel, but man, he's still living on with the help of the grave. Bulba is fine, and DC just strike down 3. Whoa. Wonderful counterplay.
This is why Dazzle is one of the best skills.
The combination there of Abed being hugely set up with that Sonic Wave, like everybody just kind of lined up for it. Shell
So we didn't
Radiant's
see
middle
the
tower
Razor in
is
that
under
fight,
attack.
fortunately for Odd, Resolution just still taking stacks.
Mason also wasn't there though, and he was
Radiant's
able to continue to kind of farm
is under
things up.
attack.
Oh, there's definitely a difference though. I mean,
so many stacks for Sven.
I mean, there's a lot of farm in this jungle for Sven. I mean,
Like,
this is credited dude.
Dire's middle tower
it's
is under
like a
attack.
big difference when
That was for Reb stacking these ones.
Oh, was it for Reb?
was on top.
Ah, well, that's a team effort. I like that. So Brett finding those opportunities to step away from the off lane to take this out for his precious mighty Mason core here.
That's why Planet Odd made that move in the mid lane. If they really want to take the tower, really cuts into Sven's jungling.
Yeah, they're back again. They want to get this tier 1. This time they will probably not be hit with as much pressure here. It seems like almost effortless to be able to get it down. Resolution with the last hit.
Has fallen.
And DC will take their exit here. So at least able to remove another access point. That's 2 of the 3 tier 1s going to be taken down here for Planet Odd.
This is the problem with Legion Commander and why she's not that picked much. I mean, you still get a good timing on a Blink Dagger, but okay, so he tried once, now he showed his Blink Dagger, now it's up, especially against Dazzle. Hard to like spend so much time trying to get a gank, but it's not efficient.
Force rotations happening here. We might have been spotted out at that moment from Dubu. He's getting the jump for Dubu. Dubu's going to be forced to self-grave and TP out. DC, we're heading back that direction.
with all those stacks taken by the Sven, he's back up, even with the Razor, basically.
What do you think he picks up next? I know it's usually over-greedy to kind of go for Mask of Madness and Echo Saber, so it's not a game where you want to go probably straight BKB or anything like that, so fighting item, I imagine.
BKB it doesn't feel good, but at the same time, you might have to get it anyways, just because of chains, because of Mana Leak, because of the blind.
Kevin's Halberds is a good item here against Razor and Legion as well. Maybe just Sange and into Blink Dagger.
You might want to just farm more.
I mean, for me, it's personally, I think it's either Echo Saber into Blink or straight into Blink.
I like the Blink, yeah.
I think you have to. The reason I'm okay if he goes Echo Saber here, it may not fit into the timing, the pressure that Minot is putting into him, but I do think he needs that item because he really is not going to have a whole lot of time to, right? Razor stays ahead of you, Ember has to jump away. Like, so you need to get as much. We saw that, what was that he went back for the Echo Saber on that one Sven game?
Yeah, the key here is that in a long, protracted fight, he's not going to win. He's most likely not going to win that. Sven has to get off, but he has to burst me down. And the easiest way to do that is an Echo Saber. And he has, like, sort of 2, maybe 3 initiators already between the Sand King.
Sand King has no blink, that's the Sand King.
And the next, well, he will have it at some point.
What's the gold of Sand? Probably like 1,000
1600.
Yeah, so he will have it at some point. And I think the damage output is going to be more important for the Sven. He's their only physical damage.
I like that DC didn't feel the need to rotate up to protect tier 2, they just pushed in.
Really weak here. It looks like DC want to commit in to go for the tower, but it gets denied from Weeha. But they do get their first tier 1 tower taken down for DC's side. See, come on, Mason. What did you decide on? What's coming on our career? It's Blink. Straight to Blink, yeah. I mean, you're looking at a Razor who is going to be building into the 4-staff Hurricane Pike. I would imagine the Coddle. Oh, he's going to go right for Ag. But I could have seen him also go for a 4-staff too. There's a lot of ways to kite around the Sven. For mobility. Certainly doesn't hurt.
That's the GH. That's the 4-staff first.
I like the 4-staff. He's got the early point in the Mana Leak even.
Eraser's gonna get 4-staff.
Yeah.
4-staff first before the Hurricane pick. Or Dragon Lance.
Yeah.
You have to, like, 4-staffs are so good because it's a really good way to be able to save the hero, right? Because they have all these stuns into the Sven. So that hero can never protect itself. So you just gotta get these little bursts of movement.
Yep. The force. Stun comes in from Sand King, and you get a couple of forces. You may dodge the full FB, a Sonic Wave follow-up, and stuff like that. Yeah, force is super handy this game.
I feel so sad that we have 10 minutes and have no damage at 17.
They miss the stun. Misery moves in his own stolen burrow and just kind of thwarts this gank. But as Ember comes in, he gets hit with the Carapace stun. Ovid's going to be able to be dead as Moon gets the finish there. Forev is going to have to be a hit with the Grave, but Honor not done yet. They dive in deep to go for a full 3-man takedown, and Moon, the one that they started this gank on, is going to be the one that turns things around and claims a double.
That was such sick teamwork, and Misery led that whole thing, right? He starts off with the Burrow Strike, follows up Telekinesis, makes a call, Weeha is TPing in. They get the perfect timing on change just ahead of the blink, and then he also steals Mana Burn, which blows up the Queen of Pain. Otherwise, the Queen of Pain would have been able to jump away after the change was done.
I can't help but think, like, how would that have looked if Forev hit that stun? That
oh yeah.
They would have had enough damage to get the kill on the legit. Team doesn't get the ult.
Yep. What if? This was little mishaps.
Yeah,
Saw a lot of
what
them in the
would
last
this win? I
series.
mean, he bought a Blink Dagger and he continues to farm this.
Now you farm faster with Blink because you get the camps faster.
Hey.
That
We'll
is.
see how that plays off.
Well, I mean, his two, they probably messed up that timing. Like, the two of his cores, you know, are dead now. Is that a casual Sage?
He also, it's gonna be
Halberd, might be, must be.
It's also like he doesn't know what the enemy's going. If they had 5 mana into a tier 2,
It's still a good item.
Yeah, this Blink Dagger would have looked really good, right? Because then we'd have this great fighting initiating lined up with Sven. He doesn't like with a Blink Dagger. He doesn't want to necessarily be the one always moving out and pushing into the enemy side to get the kills and stuff, because he's so much more efficient for him to. But if the team pushes into you, then the Blink Dagger will really showcase it.
The thing is Nyx gonna go for Blink Dagger as well? I don't think
He has it in queue, but
yeah, I don't think you need the Blink Dagger. Sven and Nyx, Sanking, it's too much initiation. Pretty much get those same heroes, Nyx and Sanking.
DC made hard come in up behind the tower, but they are going to be coming in just a bit late, as we saw Moon extracted from behind that tower here by Buddy Saksa, as they are making their own bit of side pressure, while DC are simply trying to move in for a tier 1 that's been lifted up. It's Planet Odd already moving in for a tier 2 in the top lane, pushing the objective gaming even further. Tier 2 should belong to them. DC are starting to rotate in, some from behind, one up front here. Forev will kind of lead out the charge as he's trying to bait in somebody from the odd side. Oh, Moon goes for it. Gets hit with the blade mail. They go for the immediate stun. Lead in. Razor hit hard. Bulba hiding under the Sonic Wave as it flies out. It's going to be connecting onto Moon. Lift up. Stolen Sonic Wave from Misery. Hits hard onto Abed, but he's able to just barely blink away. On the other front here, Moon barely edges out from trouble. Down below, Resolution is going to be able to get the finish onto Abed. I'm not sure if his positioning was not what he expected, but Resolution gets the job.
Again, Misery played that so well. He dodged the Sonic Wave, lives long enough to steal it. Him getting that off is again the reason that Abed dies.
The thing for Planet Odd is that they need to initiate with Legion on the Dazzle. If they don't see Dazzle, they can't really go.
Fortunately for them, Dazzled Graves a little early. Didn't expect, I guess, Forev to survive that long.
Not finishing up the halberd.
Yeah, he had that cube up.
Oh, I didn't even notice he had the Earth Club on his backpack too, yeah?
Oh, he needs something
Make
against
good time.
Blinding Light, chains, so he can actually move it.
Double attack.
Okay, Resolution.
Also, you see Resolution also sitting on Overax. Now he decided to Aghanims. He might switch to a BKB if he feels like it's needed. That's why Overax is such a good.
Dyer's top tower is under
You're
attack.
looking at the coddle.
Oh, briefly, sorry.
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, that's a flank.
He'll get a fight. Sucks is finding decent timing on that Agnums. We already
Gotta
know
look
it's
for
an
time to time.
Yeah, everyone does. It's all
That
good,
way
bro.
the smart things that you say really shine.
Yeah.
Lincoln Sphere for Abed. I don't know if that was acknowledged yet, but pretty
Dyer's
necessary in
middle
this
tower
one.
is under attack.
Lots of spells to block.
For sure.
I'll take your tribute.
Even a mana leak on Quap could be a bit annoying if you don't catch it in the middle of a crazy fight. Bulba and DC wrapping around down below. There's an Invis waiting for him, but they're going to take the smoke play and have their own unique approach, it looks like, towards this mid lane. But Odd are already in a nice spot. They're waiting up in the high ground up near that DC shrine, so DC are going to have quite a difficult time finding a way to approach this. You have to wait for Odd maybe to get a bit impatient and carelessly move down to siege the rest of this tier 2. For now, it's just kind of Resolution dangling out in front, but ooh, Bulba tries to go on the backliners, only finds the stun onto one. The follow-up stun there from Mason's blinding light will bump him on back, and that is going to be when DC have to fend off and wait. Now Odd making their move in, but can't quite find the target. It looks like DC have been able to backpedal and create a bit of space, but they're pretty weak and wounded. They're going to have to head back inside and heal up.
They need that BKB on Sven, blinding light, and the positioning from Planet Odd was just good. Also, who was it? Dazzle casting ulti just to show the vision, and they saw the blast coming, so Bulba went in, stunned only one hero.
You know what? Regardless, I kind of like that move out of Bulba. You know, usually we picture Sam as a kind of a craven guy, but he just went.
He's winning it.
Dazzle used ulti there, so he got vision.
Yeah, but like,
I don't respect it because you're jumping in the initiation on a 1 second weave.
I respect it because it's different. It's a different look from Sim.
Sure.
You know,
I'll take
I'm not exactly saying
TI qualifiers.
The execution was great.
Best time.
Initiators sometimes have to operate off of influence.
That's his off lane coming out, I guess. So here we go. Ooh, big hit from the overwhelming odds as they make a jump of Resolution. Now it's going to be Moon turning it around, going for the duel. They get that finish on the Resolution. The duel's not going to be completed. They look to go for a bid, but the Grade's going to be there to save him. But now Mason could be left on his own. Weehaw looking to go for the chase, and as he turns to go for the stun, he will get finished. The Rev in the mix now says, I'll take this bounty on my way out. Gets off the stun, but then they quickly shackle him down. Saksa's going to be waiting right out in front just in case. Rev gets the brief stun with the Carapace, but eventually does get handled. One Razor for 2 on DC side.
Gotta use that Grave on yourself and the Dazzle.
Hard commitment though to be able to finally get that Razor down. Hand over Mason for it, but he does have his Black King bar now. Still with full 10 seconds to work with.
I think DC probably realized this by now. Planet Odd are always going to be 5-man. You can't really split up against Nyx, Sync, Swap, and Sven. Sven, especially with the Blink Dagger, is really good at just being quick pop-offs. So if you're initiating on a Razor, which is typically not really initiate on himself, you see him alone, he's probably not going to.
Looks like we might hit a bit of a lull as we move into some item farming here. I know Mason just completed that BKB, but he's already got the Yasha queued up next. On the odd side of things, Carl's getting much closer to his Agnum Scepter, and Abed would love to finish that Linken's, but Otter already moving in here, claiming over Roche territory, plus warding up into the high ground to see if DC are perched up, ready for a fight. That's not the case. Odd instead holding way up north here. Spot out Bulba. Hits him with a mana leak and a bump back, so now he's going to be out of mana, stunned in his spot. Recalling in Moon to try to get the initiation, but Bulba will be able to blink away.
I think that's going to be the tough part. Abed and Bulba
Really need to try and split the map as much as possible because Planet Odd are going to be playing so much 5-man. They need to start shoving in some of these waves to try and force Planet Odd either constantly on the defensive or it actually splits up heroes where you can get the picks.
It's hard to split push against Boots of Travel, Ember plus Keeper of the Light, who you just finished Axe.
He is probably, yep, he just got it. And it's daytime too. For at least a minute and a half, they have the extra bonus heal and ridiculous vision power. I don't know if they're going to be quick to try to make something happen off of it. They could go for the Roche. They're pinging it out now, and it looks like that's going to be the case. They can have Soxa just hang out right over here, be able to watch unobstructedly. But as it would appear, DC are not even going to bother. This is going to be a freebie for Odd. And this goes to Wing, I would imagine, right? Yeah. I think you give it to the Razor for whatever reason. He's actually, it looks like he's dropping off the wand.
Yeah, I think it's because they're...
Oh,
Oh my god. Abed just moves in. Resolution will be able to pick up the Aegis though, and now Abed could be in a lot of hurt. He is able to get the timing and the link on out while they go for the duel. And setup, it's actually Moon who's going to get chunked on down. Resolution deals up the static link, lots of damage sapped, but look at Resolution. Forces his way up to the high ground, barely alive. It's only the golems that are going to be coming in to beat him down, but he lives on. On the other side, it's going to be Saksa who is blown up. Resolution still stuck in there. They'll spot him out and finish off that Aegis.
Spike ready in 2 seconds.
Comes out, forced to the other side, and they blink over to welcome him there. Misery shows up though, gets the telekinesis lift, does not manage to get the skill to Storm Bolt, but Resolution is very tanky. Finally they bring him down. Oh, a rotation in from Weehaw here, maybe a bit too late. Do DC want to continue to play this? He attempted slight on the way out. Nice dodge there of the Stormhammer from Misery. They're trying their best to kite around, but eventually Weehaw finds himself under the silence. And then going to be popped. Lots of momentum now being thrown the way of Digital Chaos at the conclusion of that.
Really ballsy play from Abed there, just blinking into Roche bit, stealing the Roche last hit.
Yeah, he got it at the Sonic Wave.
Yeah, snatch, so...
It was cool because he was so far ahead of his team, right? Because they were sort of out of position, they were pushing up bottom and stuff, they made the realization, and Abed, he just kind of charged in fearlessly. I think in some ways they felt like this was one of those do-or-die scenarios. Like, we have to continue this Aegis, like, we have to get a good fight around this Roshan pit.
And I gotta say, Mason did so much damage. He was getting linked up. Razor was running away while linked, but Mason, he didn't care.
They got this. Rotation to the top lane, spot out the little side pushing Dazzle. Quickly claim some free dual damage for Moon. What's he up to now? 24, 30 minutes in. You're probably not super excited about that.
Yeah, that's with a 10-minute blink dagger.
Yeah. Coming up a bit short in some of those duels, even in that recent fight. KP really kind of helped hit it home there. Oh, he has his SNY done. Farming just don't stop. He makes his way through the Planet Odd side of the jungle. We have Resolution down here now trying to defend under the tier 2, but rotations are coming. Are they go for the jump? Yes, they are. Boba leads it with the early burrow strike. The fallen stun's there from Mason, and they just chop away at the Razor. He goes down. Walking and flexing his BKB, Mason looking to fend off the rest of the Planet Odd members, prevent them from even testing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Highlights one of those the weaknesses about Razor. If you're not fighting early, getting objectives,
Radiant's
and getting those
tower
kills,
has fallen.
you fall behind. Because look out, compare the laning phase stage between Mason and Rezo. Rezo had a free lane. Mason had a terrible lane. But Planet On never really utilized it, I feel. And so Mason just takes stacks, catches
yeah, the
back
stacks was huge. A lot of credit for them pulling all that money up.
Razor isn't like the greatest catch-up. Flash from that was. And now look at them.
They are
top of net worth.
controlling pretty much the majority of this map. And every time Odd walk out from their base here, they're under the watchful eye of DC, and more opportunities could present themselves. There's Bulba perching up once again. Weehaw could show himself in the lane here. They ping him out, walking forward.
Dubu knows he got fires.
Nice carapace stun to lock him in. Can they lock him down long enough to go for the finish? Yes, they can. They're now dominating as they take down the Ember Spirit. Planet Odd trying to split the top lane to make up for it, but DC just continue to look jacked.
V doesn't have any defensive item. Qul Scepter would be good here against those silences to dodge spells as well.
Yeah, that Orchid silence is traps a couple of these fights.
That's pretty problematic, right? There's no one item that really protects him. I mean, if he gets his linkage, which that he's queuing up right now, then he's still extremely susceptible to the... Well, I guess you can play around it, right? You just can't play guard because you get the Maelstrom and you get and you don't use flame guard anymore. If you have the linkage, you protect against the first stun. The first stun kind of signals for you to jump out immediately, dodge the follow-up stuns. So I guess there is ways he can play around it, but...
Yeah, it's good against Nyx not to use Flame Guard, but Linken's doesn't block Nyx Assassin stun.
Yeah, that's true.
Nyx just looking like a stellar pick.
Yeah, it's great against Umber.
The rollout here, Odd, after losing their bottom tier 2 tower, smoked up and are slowly hustling up and over here. Saksa sports a couple of wards, looking to probably get some deep intel for his team. Not really looking to commit any deeper for any sort of trade.
I think it's interesting that they have the gem on the Rubik and not the Coddle.
That should help.
It's very interesting.
Maybe because
He's got 3 minutes.
Rubik has a Blink Dagger, something can escape the gang from, unlike Coddle.
Rubik has an ability that gives him unobstructed flying vision.
Yeah,
Should
but
see
still
the
if
gang
they're
coming.
smoked.
That's true.
I mean, they're moving as 5 anyways.
He gets his own 4-staff now too. So other options, and maybe even bail out some of these teammates who are lacking their own personal defensive options. Maybe kite away from the Sven. The big one. KB in the works here for Abed, it would appear.
Yeah, but listen to this initiation. In the scenario the Cap was talking about, no Flame Guard, so Nyx can't initiate Carapace, but once he has Meltdome up, if it procs, he just shows up out of the invis, uses Carapace.
Yeah,
Got him.
I've done that before.
It's about the little things.
Lens.
That's why the Planet Odd in their strategy is to be able to control the map and keep this Coddle with Ags. You know, they just wanted to bounce back and forth, right? Like constantly keep the lanes pushed in past river, so Ember Spirit can be less afraid of Nyx Assassin push-outs with heroes behind it, right? Because Nyx Assassin by himself will never be able to kill this Ember Spirit, but he's the initiating stun for all these other heroes. But unfortunately, Planet Odd, through various mistakes, right? The first mid-fight that they had, that cost them a lot of time. They still took that mid-tower, but then the Roshan play also lost them a lot of ground. You know, if they actually get that Roshan, they get that Aegis like 5 seconds earlier, and they walk away from that pit, then they do control the map like they did.
Okay, baby jump for Abed here. Nice chains. Follow up. They pop the Lincolns with the Fade Bolt. That leads to the lift. That leads to the duel. That leads to the victory. And that's a 4x kill streak and a 554 gold bounty. And then now be handed over. Moon takes the last hit.
He doesn't have buyback.
74 seconds. Moon will be out of this game. They're gonna go for Shrine since they got that top tier 3.
Yeah, I think if they knew that in that buyback, they'd be trying to keep the tower here. Roshan's not up, right? No.
We got another 2 minutes.
Is that what that clock says?
Let me look at it again here.
Yes.
Yeah, look, you can
2.5
click on-
minutes. He's right.
Alright.
I'm not wrong.
Or are you just going back?
I don't know how to read that thing.
Why didn't Valve even time?
They don't.
Oh.
Here on are pushing their way out through the bottom lane. We haven't been able to see them kind of push past the river in a while without, you know, at least as a team. So after feeling confident enough to move in, grab a couple of shrines after a nice pick off on a bed, they've been able to move forward and get some work done on tier 2. PC though are also getting their own shrine action happening here. Just kind of dodging each other a bit, waiting for that Roche to come up.
What is Sven's BKB?
Like 7.
10.
8.
Well, maybe I should just wait next time so it looks stupid. To watch the screen. Thank you, Dakota.
No problem.
Well, look at Sven's items. He goes for full dataless. I think Bloodthorn would be a better choice, even an MKB before that for Stalis, since we has Solar Crest and Blinding Light, especially during the daytime fights, once his BKB is down.
Yeah, I wonder what the philosophy is between. guess part of it is Daedalus is still a single target that you have to use on Razor, for example. Daedalus is still the faster damage, technically.
Yeah. But if you then don't get anyone killed during that 8 seconds and it's gonna drop KB, what do you do then? It's hard to not counter the... Oh, hello.
Whoa.
I mean, it's still the same, right? Yeah, 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 10 seconds. Your philosophy is still the same, right? Get the God Strength, blink in, and kill one hero, one core instantly. Daedalus should let you do that if you
Moon feeling himself, jumping right on in, gets a hold of Bulba, but the Grave will save him from rewarding the dual damage. Now Bulba's going to try to make his way out up north while Mason jumps in for the backliners. Tries to get a hold of the Coddle. The Coddle's got the 4-step and makes it out. Here comes Resolution. Static leaking up, but then the static leak is going to get quickly broken. Coddle goes down and will buy right back. Meanwhile, it is going to be hit with that Keyarena stun. Follow stun's also going to be there, but they blast out Rev from the fight. Blinding light bump back onto Mason and company after Abed dishes out the Sonic Wave, and both teams will split away from each other.
Is that a buyback for Mason?
Yeah.
Well, they build a non-dazzle target again.
Some people
Fortunately,
never
the
learn.
fight worked. Fortunately, the fight worked. It looked so bad when he got the double stun on Stormhammer.
Yeah, I was like,
Four
oh god.
stabs saved their shit out of that one.
Yeah, 4 stabs are definitely making things very difficult for Mason to kind of close things out. Already odd though, back inside the pit. He's going to make a move for the Roche, and it looks like DC are...
Oh, double damage on Sven.
Okay, hold on a second here. DC might have not wanted to do much about it, but a double damage is just so tasty. Down to about half of its life. DC en route. The weave comes out immediately. Odd. You're like, oh, abort. Abort and wait for the weave. But Mason has double damage. He's like, you're not going to fight with the weave, but I'm going to take your Roche. He's going to jump right in and take it. It's fine. Oh, grab up from Mason there. Now Bulba makes the move towards that high ground on the other side. The follow-up stun. Now moving in, Mason says, let's play. And they try to get into it. Abed also deep in the action here. He's going to get hit with a static blink. Finally, he's able to blink out to the other side.
Just running around.
Correct. Going to be the one caught out. They hit him with the Grave after the Mana Leak slows him down a bit, but Mason will be able to get the jump on the moon and finish him off.
That was literally the most absurd space creation I've ever seen, where he just like walks around with a BKB and then blinks away, and the Sven's just running after him the whole entire time. I guess he doesn't feel comfortable going for the Razor still.
I mean, he is in an awkward position. Razor sitting up on the hill as well, and you know, there's a Legion commander sitting right in front of you. It's, you know, you go for the target that's
It's hard to take down Razor. 3k HP. He needs some lucky RNG and Sven.
Yeah, it's just usually the way you see Sven play, right? Is they just hit whatever's there, right? So it doesn't like they don't necessarily.
very simple.
They're ready to switch targets as long as the target is next to it, right? Not Mason.
Yeah, I mean, it's you kind of are locked into that mentality because your God Strength only lasts so long, your Mask of Madness only lasts so long, as well as your BKB. You need, like, every second is precious.
Yeah.
You want to spend every second hitting something.
Odd take to their side down here below while DC make their own sweep. Could see the colliding a bit. Waits at the high ground. Super chop side here. DC are not far off. They're going to see that illuminate also. They're not about to run up into that high ground blind. Alright, so DC have an 80s now on Mason. What do you get out of it here, your DC?
I don't feel like there's that much pressure for DC to make things happen. Just because I'm looking back here and it's like the Ember Spirit, he's not terribly farmed. He's got all these like garbage mid-game items. You know, they're good at the time. It's the right item build, but it fills up your inventory. You don't like it. Solar Crest, Veil, like, these aren't your mid-game items that you have. This Legion Commander hasn't been getting like a whole lot of dual damage, so you're not afraid of them scaling. Razor's going to top out eventually, so DC, like, they'll probably try and make something happen here. Outer Shrines, maybe they'll go for the high ground push at the bottom, but I don't feel like they have to. Right, They're very rapidly closing in on their big ticket items. Mjolnir level 25 on Queen of Pain. Sven is about to pick up, or actually has his level 25. You know, he still has like maybe a later game Bloodthorn, stuff like that. So I don't feel like they're under the gun to necessarily make things happen. It's just about like whatever opportunity presents itself. If they can get all the lanes corralled and nobody gets picked off or something, they'll probably for a high ground push with the Aegis.
What Cap is saying, look at Ember Spirit. He has a lot of defensive items now. Lincoln, Solar Crest, even Veil is kind of a defensive item. With BOTs, he invested so much money. He still doesn't deal any significant damage, especially against Sven Warcry.
Most of its damage is coming out until that big burst of the remnant.
Still magical right now.
Chains and maybe a Mjolnir pop right now.
I'd like to see somebody on DC. I don't know who that would be. The next.
Oh, that's really nice from him. Plus he has Ether Lens, so that's gonna be even more valuable, especially on the target. They duel.
Yep.
Razor, no magic damage. Coral, some magic. LC, none, pretty much. So it's Ember. Even if they duel someone, especially with Grave, they have like a double save.
Alright, here comes a high ground push coming out from DC with the last moments of that Aegis. See how much they're going to be able to get out of it here. Blast continue to fly out from Odd and Slide of Fist from Fade Bolts. They have
10 seconds tonight.
They have a ridiculous amount of outspam waves. Now it's going to be nighttime.
To push into this, especially with
okay, moving for Bulba. Nice 4-staff dodge. And Bulba's going to have to head right back out.
They need to take a fight before they can take the Raxes. I mean, it's impossible to push into Blinding Light, Illuminate, Razor.
Right now. Okay, move in for the Resolution grab. He gets 1-4, something above. Jump in, immediate duel, but oh my god, it's going to be Moon who's blasted down. The big move set for Resolution. Misery does get a stolen Sonic Wave and tries to reflect it right back, but they are still holding out here. They get Mason down. Now it's going to be Abed with the back of his BKB. Him and Bulma trying to take it to Wii and remove the other core. Can they get it? Yes, Abed with the double kill on that one. Now looks to go for Saksa. Spots out Resolution a bit weaker. But as they corral Odd back inside their fountain, they look to go for the objective at hand. Back to the racks here, trying to get as much damage as they can, but that is healable damage, of course, so unless they can go for the finish, it's not going to feel satisfying here for DC. It's just about time for another weave, so they cast a defensive one here and allow Abed to continue to go to work.
Still. A really questionable duel there on a Sven.
I think he just did it for save.
Back.
One of those like, oh god, I have to save him, I have to duel. Oh, this
is taking a lot of time here. They still have 40 seconds of no Ember. You can say the same though for no Sven. He's jumping from Abed. Look at go right for Misery. Gets the quick purge out. Now Abed's going to get popped low ground. Forev though, caught inside while the jump out duel's going to be there. He gets a good catch on for the Dazzle and takes him out right away. The follow-up slash is going to be there, and Moon claims the double, as Forev will also be going down. This forces both Abed and Bulba to go for a hasty retreat.
That's a good duel there. Nice play by Saksa though. He's doing so much with that Coddle. The guy is the expert on the hero, just bouncing them around with 4-staff, Blinding Light. They had no mana.
They're gonna get level 25 on Razor soon. It's your peak. Pretty much the only way to put it, right? You get that static link damage. It still is going to be like, even if you get the full static link steal on Sven, he's still gonna get more out of it, his god strength, or at least close to it. So Planet Odd, best time to win this game is probably now.
Man, they get
the next 5 minutes, win fight, get Roshan, go high ground.
They are beelining it right to DC, and they're not even prepared for it. It's Mason caught in the middle of the lane, and they're going to go in right for it. Mason gets the grave, though, survives on, pops the god strength, turns around, and just knocks down Moon. Looks to go for Resolution, but he's going to get finished off in the end. Now it's Resolution kind of taking charge on this one. Him in a bed. Goes toe-to-toe.
Sonic Wave.
Resolution's able to scoot away from the Sonic Wave. Abed looking to make chase, but now he's caught between 3. Follow-up's going to be there forever, waiting out for the stun. Gets it. Blinding light bump back there from Soxa, but they blink on in and go for the finish. They will get Weehaw down.
Queen of Pain with level 25 Mjolnir, spell lifesteal. I think it's a bit overpowered, too much percentage.
Yeah. I agree. It's like they dealt with the blade mail part of it, but there's other items that let you do.
Oh come on, that's what makes her good.
Yeah, I'm glad she's back though. Always good and entertaining to watch Queen of Pain play, but still too much.
I mean, it is sadly the way that these, because I think we all really like Queen of Pain, we like Puck, we like Lina. In the current meta though, because of the power creep and how everybody has to scale, so our mid, our tempo controller mids are all secretly carries, and that's why they're in the meta.
Yeah,
right.
If you take that away, then you have to give her something else.
60-55% would still be good.
Yeah.
I mean, she just stands there regioning more than with Tanic.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's disgusting.
That's
for it. I mean, you can still get Radiance.
Awesome.
So once you get the Bloodthorn.
Yeah.
That should help.
The Bloodthorn pop is magic damage dealt, right?
Yeah.
So it's
so
like a big.
Once the damage is done, the amount of heal, especially if the whole team focuses the target.
Think about that concept, right? It's like other people are doing the damage for you to lifesteal off of.
Yeah. The thing, someone said it, and I'm not sure if it works. If you pop Mjolnir on someone else, do you still get the lifesteal from it?
Oh, I don't know.
Tweet at Lacoste Dota with the answer.
Q.
Prepare for a lot of wrong answers, Dakota.
No, I won't prepare. Lacoste should prepare.
In the next 5 minutes.
We have about 3 minutes of daytime here for Planet Odd to work with in a very fragile time of the game, which is Roche. So they are going to get their bums right over here and try to kind of take control of the best possible. Nubu, inside the pit already, he's supposed to cast a solo weave and run up the other direction. Very critical moment. We're going to be going into a bit of a standoff, gentlemen.
Oh, the best rune she can get, Arcane Rune on Queen of Pain, just to lower the cooldowns. I mean, she has 5 items that you can use.
Denies the Regent to
Oh, she actually gets the lifesteal. Or was it the proc on Mjolnir from her attack?
I'm not really sure.
Because it's capping so much that you can't actually.
You know how Jack loves watching Venomancers? And
Yeah, you like watching these.
I love watching Queen of Pains and Storm Spirits. Don't nerf it. They will. Please no.
I mean, the next patch has got to be the Rise of the Safe. After TI, it's got to.
So we
like, how long has Safe Lane been out of it? You know.
Well, Safe Lane's been out of it ever since we've seen the rise of the offlaner.
Yeah.
That's been the case since like the last 2 years or something.
Yeah. So I think at some point they're gonna. I think the next patch is good.
Ooh, nice catch.
That's a nice duel.
Running out the other direction, he will be quickly taken out. They don't get it fast enough. Well, they will get him for the duel, looks like, on this end. Meanwhile, Resolution linking things, now getting chased out from Perez. They surround him with Power Bomb in. They begin to right-click it in. Mason jumps into action. He gets hit with the blinding light, though, and can't quite swing it in. Weehaw stepping in, helping out Resolution. May have to hand his own life over to make it away. They need a bit more. The miss. Can't quite get it. Gets the chains down. They finally will get the leapfrog play and the stream on.
What a strength. You could see in the previous fight the thing I was talking about with an MKB instead of or just a Bloodthorn. But MKB would have been a better choice. I mean, the guy is hitting and is dealing no damage at all.
But fortunately, they have this Queen of Pain who, no matter how well Planet Odd are playing around it, right? Press the attack on all these Orchids, force staff to dodge the Sonic Wave. It doesn't matter. This hero is existing, therefore it doesn't die.
Thank you,
Akasha.
I'm glad you did all these cool things, but Queen of Pain's a hero in the game.
Yeah.
And you lost.
Thank you, Arcane Rune once again after 40 minutes. 50% chance, not bad.
Roche goes down. The sweet lady is going to be the one to pick up that Aegis, so now he can have one life he can just go ham
Radiant's
with
middle
at this
tower
point.
is under attack.
While bottom Resolution frantically trying to push things out, but his relevance to the game continues to fall down. He's now third in net worth behind both Mason and Abed way up at the top. So you can only imagine that Weeha's relevance is even further behind that. Maybe if Planet Odd found a way to stall things out with the power of their spam between Coddle and Fade Bolt and Razor and such, they can take it to a late game, but I don't see that happening at all. Moon's going to be forced to go into his BKB now as Abed just dives on in with that first life. And he is trying to just take out whatever backliners and supports and weaken the core as best as he can. This Razor already has no mana, has to get helped out with the Lincolns, and just rushes his way back inside the fountain. Sonic Wave goes out, finds a little bit of a target there.
What is this hero?
Look how much space she just created. She literally lifted
She's
like 2 lanes of racks.
everything right now. They're going to do everything they can to stop her. Oh wait, she's got a shallow range. Hops out the other direction, joins the rest of the team. Rem lays out in the epicenter, and they just leave. They're gone. Odd chasing though. They got 1 Rax down. That's it. It's all about Abed causing chaos, creating the space for the team.
How do we win this? How do we win this, guys? Oh, I don't know. Maybe we just throw Abed at them. They have to put 5 heroes against her for 10 seconds, and we take 2 lanes of racks.
Arcane Rune on bottom. He actually ate G's.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got a DD top.
He's got a Moon Shard for more Mjolnir procs. That's the thing, it's not about the right-click damage, it's about more attack speed to have more Mjolnir procs, so you can spell steal some more.
That's
there it is.
awesome.
Perhaps been here the whole time, probably in the bathroom. Alright, they're back now.
Yeah, they desperately need, like, they don't have it, because they're the ones whose farm is always going to be lacking, but in order to beat this Queen of Pain late game, like, you have to have the hard lockdowns, you have to have Abyssal Blade, you have to have Sight of
Burst. Blade Mails.
No, it's
Blade Mails and
just
Jagged
pure
Fives.
disable.
Yeah, this is a good item that Razor has queued up. Bloodthorn.
Unfortunately, as the DC have the late game teams, they're always going to be head and farm, so they'll always have many of the counters to device, and they'll have like resorts, and they already have 1 on Bulba.
Okay, here comes DC. The old behind the back play here. Forev comes down below, and they made the spot out. Soxa though blinks right in to Mason. And doesn't quite finish him off. Look at that. Soxa's going to be able to hide away in the trees and participate from there, it would appear. You go on chase from Wii, while it's going to be Abed dishing out the Sonic Wave. Misery, this fight totally split all over the mark right now. Abed finds the target onto Wii, him and Forev make the chase there. Soxa tries to help out with the blinding light, but now it's going to be Moon stepping in. Goes for the duel onto Abed, but man,
Just dual summon.
they just can't get anything.
Dude, Soxa did not die.
I don't know.
Mason thought he was dead.
Mason granted mercy.
For real though.
Well,
Then he got kited around by Misery a shit ton. Didn't matter. Mason did nothing in that fight. If you think about it, right?
Yeah.
He hit Keeper of Life but didn't kill him, doesn't matter. He got kited around by a Rubik.
yeah, that's what the Mason
He's
has
an
been doing
intimidator.
for the last 3 fights.
Under attack.
I mean, he's buying space time for Queen of Pain.
Every single one of these fights, Razor's having a tougher and tougher time.
He actually going in.
Yeah, he is. She's like, did you just mana leak me? Jumps right back in, pops the BKB, forces them off, forces the buyback out from Wii.
Pink Eye care attack damage?
From Razor. With
Static link me
on.
for what? I still right click you for Mjolnir procs.
Look at that stun. It goes inside the base from here.
But yeah, the Razor's having a static link blocked by Lotus Orbs, or it's kind of blocked. And
that is one long ass stun.
And he's also getting Nyx Assassin, Spike Carapace, and a Mana Burn for an instant stun. Guaranteed stun is the low one.
Forever's having too much. They're hiding underground.
He's underground.
Is he giving him life?
Get him out. Get him out.
Just a slow, chaotic siege. Oh, by the way, your other lanes are also getting pushed in here, Planet Odd. They'll have to deal with both mid and bottom.
Awesome.
Yeah, adding the talent tree just was God's gift to Queen of Pain and her like.
All her old talents.
Yo, she needed
awesome.
it, alright? She'd been in the dumpster for like 3 years now.
But it's weird that you have Queen of Pain and Lina who can outcarry every single carry in the game.
Yeah, they're like, conceptually, that's not what the heroes are
I don't
supposed to be.
see a problem with this.
Well, it's fun. But still, she can outcarry 5, 6, 9 slotted Phantom Lancer, just name any hero.
I'm the star of the show.
I don't see a problem with this.
You know, I encountered one of these problems and I thought I had a eureka moment. I was like, what if I get Silver Edge? It doesn't work again. It decreases his damage output, which obviously then has
yeah, but if you Silver Edge Lina, she doesn't get the passive, or does she? If you break Lina's Fiery Soul.
Lina, yeah, she doesn't get Fiery Soul. By Queen of Pain, you can't break. Like you can't.
Yeah. Right. I broke your lifesteal, right?
Wish.
Break
God, I wish.
No more lifesteal.
You break a talent, you choose what, like 25 strength.
Listen, I was
some hero, then you,
I was
then you
really stressed. I was in like an 80-minute game, and I was super stressed out, and I was streaming. And I was like, "Wait, guys, somebody look up if Break removes talents." and I was like, 10 seconds later, I was like, "Oh no, I'm an idiot."
You could do that for that is new buff, disable talent tree. None that disables talent tree.
Sick.
Buff for Duke Boy. Okay, DC, they're on the perimeter. They're putting down the wards. They're trying to restrict as much as possible, so Odd can't comfortably move out from the map.
Still burrow.
Can you do anything with it?
So,
can you? You can't
I mean,
stun
you
with
can cast
it.
spells. They're not. They don't have increased range.
He gets a lot of regen, damage reduction.
I love what this guy says. I don't know the answer, but I wanted you to say I, and you're doing a great job. Because he's being
Shoutouts to
shout out to Estif.
Shout out to you, Estivus. Chiming in.
Yeah, but this guy says you get a proc, even if it's on another target. Thank you, Timothy.
Alright.
If it's correct, if it's not...
Shame.
Shame.
Retweet him later if it's wrong, with a quote that's, you know, this guy was wrong. Shame him.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, public shaming is always good.
Yeah. I mean, if they do it to us all the time, sure that we can take the way around, right?
Yeah. We're making a Reddit thread.
Helps
if
me
it's not true.
I demand an apology. I would like Valve to ban you from their events.
You're a Dota fan. You should know these things. Read the patch notes.
This toxic behavior out of the pubs.
Alright, DC like sharks in water still.
Does Queen of Pain have Octarine 4 finished?
He does.
That's just for the lulz.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's just so you have BKB more often, Mjolnir more often.
Dude,
Lifesteal more often.
He's got Arcane Rune. There is almost no downtime with Mjolnir static charge.
Whoa, moves in right away to go for it, blinking right inside the base. It's traditional. Gets the BKB off. Mundo gets a good duel with the blade, or with the blade mail. Is going to be able to blast on and take out Abed. Too confident, too arrogant, too cocky. Too DC. Take 2 hard shots. Dugu could be next here. Gets off the self-grave, but eventually it will expire, and so will his life. 3 go down, almost effortless here. Leonard will lose Misery, but they buy back. But Krem was also in there with the gem hiding underground.
What is going on?
3 of them don't have buyback.
Okay, well, all right then.
There's the burst.
What?
There's the burst we were talking about. Dagon against that Queen of Pain. They actually locked her down. I don't know what happened with Mjolnir proc. Can you purge Mjolnir? Probably not. Get rid of Mjolnir somehow. Maybe with Panda.
Yeah, you could.
Can you repick Coddle into Panda right now? And
spend that 30,000 gold skill change we were talking about. Too bad they don't know, right? Like they all they know is that Shin King doesn't have buyback.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But was Sven on the bottom? Was he gonna fight?
Tower.
Easy bottom.
Team's feeding and throwing. I'm just going.
I am M-God. I'm going to go try and take Megas by myself.
Ah, here I go, bitches!
Dude, he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
TP out.
Yeah. Sick. I'm Mason.
God. Oh. The very end.
Well, I mean, either way, this is odd. You, like, who cares about buyback? You go down. You go down mid right now. There's no God Strength BKB. Mason's trying to get a refresher out right now. But he needs the courier to actually go out there. Oh, never mind.
He's got
you
it.
can actually
You can actually
don't
buy
have to
it.
get secret shop anymore.
Nice. But
Damn.
you're gonna look smart after this.
Oh,
You can't look any dumber, so it's good for you.
Shit. Mason with the. Oh my god, Mason's so good. He fully baits this out.
Oh, okay. Force move for resolution here. The duel instead, again, going to be onto Abed, but this time they have a bit of the damage. No! Abed
got
goes
it.
down!
There's no
There's no buyback. He's out for good, but Mason is going to be the one to step up to the challenge instead. He gets burned through all of his mana. Is going to be stunned in his spot. Bubble looking to follow it up, moving in with the big epicenter. They force back. Misery to keep him safe. Same for resolution. Hiding outside, but Forev will be able to move in and help get the finish. Misery goes down. No buyback for Wii. No buyback for Misery. Same goes for Moon. So DC do hold.
Where's the grave?
He both takes the melee racks and baits Planet Odd to all in to a push.
M-God, the true cat.
M-God.
And he buys a refresher in a base. Actually, you need to go to secret shop, anime secret shop, but somehow
Listen, whatever. All right.
Mr. Kokona doesn't care.
I didn't
about
hear
the
none
rules.
of you talking about the implications of him using God Strength at BKB. Or the fact that he was going to buy out a refresher.
I mean, that's because you said it.
Yeah, I appreciate you telling the story. Someone has to.
We give you the low-hanging fruit since obviously
I've been taking most of them.
knowing what items you can buy in the base is troublesome for you.
Spotted bottom here. Forever will guard it out. Regen up at the top. And here we are, 20 more seconds for the Queen of Pain to make the return. Digital Chaos are simply 1 racks away from Megas here. And this is just game number 1 of a best of 3 start of our North American playoffs.
Real slobber.
Real barn burner. A hard breach here for Odd. They're just gonna
They're just gonna get like 5 Lincoln Sphere. I mean, how do you play Razor late game? You know? Your only play is to get a good static link.
And you have to get it on the spend, and it has to last a long time.
Yeah, it can't be Lotus or Lincoln's. Right? Like the cooldown is so long.
Lotus there.
26 seconds.
Lincoln's.
The fight's over by the time you have static link up again.
Where's Sven refresher?
Maybe in the base, on the ground.
No, that's not it. Courier?
Did he sell it after he used it?
Why? No, he brought it back with a courier. Oh, it's back in inside.
Oh, there's another courier. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
They're on top of each other now. Guys. All right,
Is that a flying boot?
Oh, there it was. No, that was a
It's the
recipe.
crab inside of a boot.
Oh, wait.
A boot's a travel.
It's a Lincoln Sphere. All right, guys. I seriously don't know where the
Charlie
refresher
asking
is.
the
It's
real
gone.
question
What? No,
here.
it's on the
What kind
Sven.
of courier
Oh, it's on the Sven now.
that is.
Oh, now it's on the Sven. Okay. Jesus Christ, that was like a magic act.
Yo, we got some time before the push happens. Relax.
Yeah, it's a slow build up right now. All the ducks must be in a row here for Odd if they want to have a relevant chance in these fights. Slowly moving out. Going to get the catch onto DC here. DC are seeing no one in lane on Odd side.
Misery's in it to win it. He's getting Dagon next. I like Misery's played really impressive. Really good Ruben for all these fights, but he's a hard 5 position.
Tribute.
Just Odd farming their way out from their own base here. DC is timing things out before they can slowly crawl out, but look at this. Ooh, a jump in and a catch. A force to the low ground. Moon could be left behind here. It's Lotus, but
he had BKB.
What is he doing
For the
out there?
burrow.
I don't know why they
The
were
rest of his team
continuing to
is
hang by that
back.
shrine.
Are they yelling at each other?
I can't believe there's not a single Heaven's Halberd and you're playing against Sven. Even against Queen of Fate.
They're trying. Moon Manderwich for the AC.
He's trying.
Instead of the halberd. No, he's trying to get the halberd now.
He's not trying hard enough.
Yeah.
So he can eat, but now let's get the halberd.
We got no mood for this final Rax defense before Vegas are going to be taken out. 50 seconds, so we put on the sidelines. It looks like an opening is there for Weehot now. They set him on the stuns, they hit him on the Lotuses and the Forces. Sonic Wave's going to fly, only going to be able to catch on the Resolution. Resolution also very low, has to rush on back. Wii goes down, and as you mentioned, no buyback. 90 seconds. This looks to be the beginning and the end here.
He just bought the Dagon 2
And it's
calls
over.
it GG.
Things got a bit awkward there at the end for Planet Odd, but DC will get their closure and take game number 1 in the best of 3 playoff match.
Radiant's middle tower is for victory.
I don't know, getting really weird feelings about this game. Good game.
I feel like it was not missed from both sides, whereas like the first game that we watched, honestly, I thought like
Team Freedom played very clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't really, although DC 1 wasn't that clean, lots of missed stuns from 4Ev.
I mean,